enemy planes, artillery, and the rough Mediterranean left the beach littered with supply casualties. Italians, ordered to hold us until German armor could drive us into the sea, surrendered by the thousands. At the extreme left, American 3rd Division units fought toward Campobello and Palma di Montechiaro. We began to meet German delaying action at minefields. Major General Truscott, 3rd Division commander, led the drive on Line Yellow. There was only minor opposition at Campobello. 3rd Division troops pushed on so that by nightfall of D-Day +1, the left flank of the American sector was secure. By late afternoon of the same day, the 45th Division took the enemy airfield at Comiso. In the center, at Gela, this enemy column was caught by our fire along the road. Here, the 1st Division met sharp enemy resistance. Enemy casualties at Gela were also given emergency treatment by our medics. One phase of the operation, the movement of troops by air, departed widely from the plans but contributed significantly to success. Paratroopers of the 82nd Airborne Division took off but were scattered far from their original objective. On the second night after D-Day, a disaster occurred. 23 out of 170 troop carriers were shot down by our own anti-aircraft fire during a German air raid. By 12th July, D-Day +2, our beachheads were secure and general headquarters was established in Sicily. On the left, the 3rd Division had reached its objectives on Line Yellow. In the center, focal point of the enemy counterattack, we were 8 miles inland, although a gap existed. On the right, the 45th had seized Ragusa and made contact with the British 8th Army, a continuous line across the southeastern end of the island. As snipers were being routed from buildings just beyond the town, our rapid progress on the entire left flank far surpassed expectations. By the 3rd day of the campaign, the prisoners were becoming a serious problem. We had expected stouter resistance from the Italians on their own soil. By D-Day +5, Line Yellow objectives were reached all along the line. The 3rd Division pressed on almost to Acricento. Acricento fell the next day. The 3rd Division pushed on along the coast, seizing Porto Empedocle. Simultaneously, the 1st and 45th Divisions advanced on Caltanissetta in central Sicily. The town was taken by the 45th on the next day, while the 1st moved on east toward Enna. Almost in the exact center of Sicily, Enna was strategically important. Here, with roadblocks, mines, and other obstacles, the Germans put up stubborn rearguard resistance. By July 18th, as the Germans began a general withdrawal to the east, a provisional corps of the 82nd Airborne, 2nd Armored, and 3rd Divisions was formed to cut Sicily in two and secure the western half. Following this plan, the 3rd Division moved inland from the coast, driving north for Palermo, capital of Sicily, mopping up German rearguard elements. To the southwest, over roads repaired by Italian prisoners, the 82nd Airborne and 2nd Armored Divisions speedily occupied town after town to overrun the western half of Sicily. On July 20th, Siaka was entered. The same day at Menfi, the Italian garrison joined the throng cheering the Americans. Castelvetrano's slogan, "The army is a sure guarantee to the country's destiny," misfired for Mussolini. Following the military maxim, march separately, strike together, we closed in on Palermo with 3 columns. Palermo promptly gave in as Italian General Giuseppe Molinero surrendered all his forces unconditionally to General Keyes. At Palermo, which was relatively undamaged, men of the 2nd Armored and 3rd Infantry Divisions, tired and grimy, paused for the first time in 13 days. Palermo Harbor, the most important in Sicily, was temporarily useless. 44 wrecked vessels blocked the wharves and channels, and we had knocked out another strong air base. By July 24th, the 3rd and final phase of the campaign opened against the enemy in the northeastern end of the island. speedy drive up the coast swept up more little-known Italian towns like Castelbuono. The Italian army continued to disintegrate while our advance pushed for the German evacuation point at Messina. General Eisenhower arrived to inspect Palermo, our most important conquest, and a future base for 7th Army operations. The Supreme Commander arrived in time to see the Luftwaffe challenge our occupation with heavy raids nightly.